bad at red-green, I think, but we will do that. We will do that. Because that is what Waffles requests. Edit. And how do I remove every card? We're just gonna spam clicks. Just remove every card. Make all of them go away. Even the lands. I really shouldn't have gotten rid of all of them, but whatever. Alright, let's look at these lands first. So we want red-green artifact over here. Okay, so that is the back end. I don't want guild gates because screw guild gates. I don't want those things because screw those things. I do want at least one of those, I know that. Blighted Gorge is not awful. I don't know if I want Foundry. I know I want Rootbound Crags. I guess there's not really any other duels to add in then. So it would be potentially another one of these guys. And potentially Evolving Wilds. Depending on how much landfall I get from crap. Alright, so let's go to artifacts here. So we want to play ramp. So the best way, we're going to put in Desolation Twins because they're just beastly. I want to put in, oh my god, there's so many things to ramp to now. Let's put in a Breaker of Armies because he's nuts. Gruesome Slaughters probably just win more. Do I need the Devastator if I'm going to use other big guys? Ulamog is a beast, man. Does Breaker of Armies really fit here? I mean, he kind of nukes their board. Would I rather have him or a, you know, we'll go with that. I don't know. I might want Pilgrim's Eye in here. Okay, this guy's a beast. See, the problem is I'm gonna get so many things of like, oh, these are all beastly. I want to, you know what? Let's do it that way. Actually, let's put in all the beastly creatures that I want, and then I will remove them from there. I want Plated Crusher because he's just freaking cool. I'm probably not going to keep him, I just want him. You gotta have one Gia's Revenge so you can beat blue decks. I'm not sure if I want Nissa's Rev. Scry 5. Gain a lot of life and draw a lot of cards. I don't know. Nissa's Renewal is cool. I don't know if Hydra is worth it. We'll just throw one Hydra. Because these guys are still really good, too, on their own, you know? What's this guy? Is he any good? Return a card from graveyard to hand. So, like a ramp spell? Return a card from graveyard to hand. He doesn't do anything else, I don't know. Breaker is bad, they attack with everything. Well, if I've got fatter creatures, I don't really care. I mean, is this better, or is just playing a fat guy with trample better, you know? 8-9, or play this guy? Granted, the other guy's 8, he's 6, so I could play him earlier, but I don't know, man. You know, I guess I wouldn't need rock maulers anymore if I've got Hydra, so I guess that's one thing. You know, is this guy mandatory anymore? You know, he was really good, especially with Rogue Door, but is he now? Do I care about that? Having him is nice, or at least one of it just to blow stuff up is cool. Wild Instincts is good removal. Acid Moss is good because it freaking gets me ramp. Screw that guy, screw that guy, screw that guy, screw that guy. That's in a way kind of ramp. It gets me 2 colorless for 1 turn. Oh, he's so good, but I don't really want him in this deck. And we have to use all of those. Oops, not you. Go away, you. Get out. See, this is only 1, but it's an instant, which is very cool. I don't think that's necessary in this deck. Gotta have Nissa. See, this is also very cool. Gnarlid's actually a decent little early guy. But I think the Gate Creeper is slightly more important. I only have 1 of those things anyway. God, that troll is so good. Evolutionary Leap. Blister Paw is really good. Alright, so there's a bunch of beat face creatures, and we haven't even got to red yet. Obviously, we're not going to keep all of those guys. I mean, let's go with 1 Ignition. I guess I don't need Hellion anymore. I mean, do I even need any of these guys at this point? Maybe 1 Flame Shadow. I don't think these guys really fit in the theme of this deck. Although Firebird's still very, very good. This guy's honestly not terrible. He wins the game, but... Radiant Flames are really good. Put Chandra in here. No, we don't want to put Chandra in here. She doesn't fit in here. We definitely want Rolling Thunders in here. Would we want Molten Vortex or no? I want to play the land. I don't want to lose it, but... I don't know. So what do we really have right now? We've got a bunch of really fat creatures and not much else. I'm surprised I'm actually only at 32 cards. I didn't really do much red stuff. It's almost all green. Some extra burn to stem the tide early is good. But... I mean, maybe I need more ramp as well. I've only really got 4-ish ramp cards right now. There's that too. So a couple at 3, a couple at 4, not a whole lot. Plated Crusher is probably not as good as Devastator. The Hexproof is cool, but he's just much easier to deal with, harder to cast, well, essentially equal to cast. That triple color, while it's probably not going to make a difference, especially because well, you know what, it's not, because Pilgrimage forces you to get forests. I think the Devastator is just straight better. You know, these guys, sure, you get a couple of 10/10s, but they don't do anything. Trampling-wise, they can get chumped for days until I get a Rogue Door. Maybe I should put in, Maybe we should put in a couple of these guys just to give trample to fat guys. He's only 4 to cast, so that's cool. I mean, I want more ramp because I want to really be able to get up to these high ones. But there's not much more ramp. The ramp is at 4. I guess I do have, well, Rolling Thunder's not a board wipe per se. Radiant Flames is a couple of board wipes, so that's cool. You know what, actually? Would it be worth adding these two to add black? Because they both also provide black. That would increase the opportunity for Radiant Flames, although very little, it would. Or, hold on, I thought... Well... At that point, I'd be better off having just multiple extra colors, too. Well, that's when it gets to being pro Magic Waffles, using that many colors for that little of a splash. You know, what would I use in black? Maybe Languish. Maybe not. Not there. Maybe a sort of Rise card, potentially. I don't know if that's... Actually, Languish would require 2 black. There's no way. I can't get Languish for 2 black. Could draw cards with it. I could get Complete Disregard. I'd have to run a little bit more black if I want to go that. Could run Reef Souls. Altar's Reap is very good, although I'm not going to have that many guys to sack. Carrier Thralls, actually, because he can potentially ramp me up there. Carrier Thrall is very freaking good. That's what I'm thinking, Jolie. Just to use the Converge a little bit stronger. You know what I want to throw in? I mean, the Troll is sweet because he can regenerate. Because I need early stuff. I've got, I mean, obviously this is still very, very rough right now. Well, I've got a couple of... What do I have creatures-wise? I guess it says I have 16 creatures, but all that stuff is late. My early creatures... Chump blockers, big deal. You don't really count. And that's it. Like, literally, I have nothing to do that does anything at all until turn 4. And even then, I've got 3 creatures in here right now at turn 4. Maybe Waffles, that's not a bad idea. Oh, you said Carrier Thrall? I don't know. Maybe I'm just trying too much to use these guys. It's so dirty, though. But I guess if I get up that far... Because then it's like, well, would I be waiting for an extra mana? Do I really even need Desolation Twin? He puts 2 10/10s on the field. Not very good. Flame Shadow is amazing. I'm going to take it out. It's still amazing. The Chieftain, I mean, he's just in there just so I don't forget about him. Because Desolation Twin doesn't have Trample. I do have... I'm going to be running 2 Rogue Doors, though. Yeah, I don't know which one of those are, but I feel like the Devastator is just better than any of them because it's got the Trample on there. Waffles. No, it's good when you have stuff that has come into play effects, like the dude that makes a 5/5 demon token, or, you know, when this creature comes into play, do this. You know, that's when you want to use it. You know, whatever, stuff like that. It's good for fast decks, in a way. It doesn't fit, but it's nice to get those extra creatures out there, swinging in, just so that stuff has to get blocked. I don't know if Break of Armies really works. It would, well, see, the thing I guess I worry about is being chump blocked by crap. You get chump blocked, but you straight up beat blue. I have to run one of you because you beat blue. You don't really get chumped. You'll get chumped twice and then you'll die. I've used him in a draft, and I've used him in 2 different seals. And he always just gets chumped by a couple of 3/3s and then he's dead. So that's why I don't feel like he's there. That's why I like this better, because that 9 toughness, that's an extra creature. Yeah, you don't have to worry about being chumped. You guys do, but at the same time, they're not going to be taking that for forever, that's for sure. This isn't that many big answers either. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I guess that's 8. That's a lot. I mean, you guys are kind of cool. You stem the tide a little bit. But I'm not going to be winning the game with you. You're just a 4-drop that sits there. And you're not that strong initially. Alright, so I'm going to say get rid of the Chieftain. Like, honestly, he might even be better than this guy. You know, just because he's got that 4th toughness right there. What else can I look at? This is only really good with Desolation Twin. This gives me something to do, but that's really bad. I can't. I guess Blister Pod gives me something to do, and it accelerates me a little bit. That's true. Chieftain is a 4/4 for 4. So you know what? Let's take him out. Let's go find those Chieftains again. Just for temporary reasons, put him right back in. Just as a body right now. We can work on that later. Blister Pod. Gets a token that potentially ramps me up. At the same time, the where was it? Something else ramps me up a little bit. Swell of Growth, that's what it is. I need targets for Swell of Growth, though. If I do want to go multiple colors, I guess he would be a 4/4 at worst. For 4, with 2 good abilities. He ramps me up a little bit. I still have to work on land one way or the other, though. I've got 4 land right now, so I need to add minimum 20 more. So let's just do that for right now. Actually, no, I don't need that many. I can probably drop down to 5. We'll go 6 for now. Because I know I need more forests for sure by a lot. Waffles in real life, I wouldn't want to run a 4-color game online. But in real life, absolutely. My brother was actually, well, my cam is off. I'm holding my fingers up in like a really small distance apart, this close to using a 5-color deck in Standard. He was running 4 for a while, and then he was debating between how he was going to do the mana base in a 5-color deck. At the same time, I was watching a Pro Tour tournament on Twitch where the top 2 people was his version of the deck, but just the 3-color version, so I showed him those, and he kind of changed to that a little bit because there were a couple cards he hadn't thought about. And so since then, he's just gone down and stayed with 3-color because it's very consistent. And he's been winning everything since. But I do think 4 colors has got some argument with it. Even if all he added is like Radiant Flames, it's very good. I do think that I want to splash in the extra colors just in case. Even if it's just for those 3 well, see, here's the other thing. Right now, I only have 1 Wanderer. I'm only end game only going to have 2 anyway. I have 2 Radiant Flames. So do I really want to put in colored mana for 4 cards? I don't know. Because I do kind of need this to be 3. I really kind of do. If it's only 2, it's not really going to help me that much. I don't have the instant removals of Fiery Impulse of, hey, kill this thing because I'm doing nothing else. Rolling Thunder is a late game removal. You know, this is a board wipe, but I need this to deal 3 damage. I need to hit ramp at 3. That's absolutely mandatory. But then there's not, I mean, I've got a couple ramp at 4, but not a whole lot, obviously. Still not sure on the power of this stuff. I don't know. I'm not good at red-green ramp. I'm just not. So we'll see here. Okay, so this is red. So let's take out a red and we'll add one of these. You count as a forest. Which, doesn't that matter for the chieftain? Yeah, as long as you control forest, technically that counts. Is there anything else that says I must get forest? Hold on. Actually, ooh. Search your library for a forest card and put it tapped. That dramatically increases the odds of me getting this crap. Forest Plains, we'll put one of you in there for sure. Is there another green one, or is that going to come out in a future set? Okay, so that's all the old ones. Plains Island, Forest Plains, Swamp Mountain, Island Swamp. Okay, so there's only just the one forest. Yeah, so Nissa and that other one pulls this one. Sorry, Jolie, I didn't see it, but I eventually made the connection there. I just didn't see you mention it yourself. I would not want to play this, though. No Sunken Hollow. No Prairie Stream. But I could get the black from Soldering Marsh. And I could get black from Woodland Cemetery. Oh, there is a red-green one. That's right. I knew there was. Okay, so that'll make it much nicer then. Oh no, that's just red-green anyway. So whatever. I mean, obviously it helps, but... Okay, so that gives me potential for white, potential for black, just for the 3 cards that have Converge on it, which is kind of I feel like I would need more chances of getting them for it to be worth it. If I'm just putting in a couple, I mean, the Canopy Vista, I do feel like one of those would be mandatory because I have cards that can search for it. The other one I'm not quite sure, but it's only going to make sense if I give it a shot. The question is, do I want to go with 2+ basic lands? Because at this point I'm kind of lowering the amount of basic lands I have. Or would I want to go with, you know, anything else where I just need to have a mountain in play? Because this is, you know, 2 or more versus 1 mountain as far as coming in untapped. What's a higher percentage chance? That I have 2 basics or that I have 1 mountain? I mean, I could even run a single basic of something else just to have Evolving Wilds if I really felt that it was that important for the Radiant Flames. I mean, it kind of is, because if it's only a Radiant Flame for 2, it's worthless. It really is. Radiant Flames for 2 is worthless. It's 3 or bust. So that means I need to have one of my 4 alternate lands, in addition to having a second red. If it's this one, then I need a second red, because this would be tapping for black. At the same time of having a card I only have 2 of. I mean, I have to have more opportunities for multiple lands, but at the same time, remove the marsh. And then if all I have is Canopy Vista, why not use a green-black? Because I have less... Well, I don't need as many red sources. Where are my red sources? A double red at 5, red at 4, Radiant Flames, Rolling Thunder. I don't really need red early. I still kind of want to put Fiery Impulse in here. If I use the wilds, I guarantee I have 3 colors. You know what? These guys get basics too, don't they? Or a gate card. But I wouldn't want to get a plains. Like if I mean, I would only do that later on. If it's the first 3 turns, I don't want to get a land that doesn't help me. Sub, we're not going to be playing with this one yet. This is still very, very, very rough draft. Alright, let's add those in there, because I'm going to need as much ramp as I can get. This guarantees I have forests. I do need more forests. So we'll run 8 of those. 1 plains won't hurt. I mean, I would argue that... Well... Because with Radiant, I can only tap 3 anyway, so it's going to be a red plus 2 other. So even if I have 4 options with adding black in here, it's only going to make a difference for the Woodland Wanderer. And even then, that would be super freaking rare. So I think you're right. I think it's better just to get a consistent 3 than hope to get 4. So we'll take those out. I kind of want to run one gate. Well, only one gate because of the gate creeper vine. I feel like it's worth it at that point just to run one in case I need to search for it. But if I have the gate creeper vine, I also already have green. So really I would just need to get red. Right? So if I just need to get red off of the gate creeper, I may as well get one that has red and white, because that would give me a higher chance. Okay, so run Silenza Guildgate. So I would either run this or I'd run a Plains. Or hold on, no, not this one, not Silenza. Boros. Where you at, Boros? Because this way I get my red source, and it also gives me an opportunity for an additional white source. The problem is some of the cards that search for forest directly are above the cost of Radiant Flames. I need to be able to Radiant Flame on turn 3 if I... Or turn 4, not turn 5. Turn 5 I'm dead. Well, maybe not, but... Now I'll go with this over one Plains, because I don't think I want to put Evolving Wilds in here right now. How many land is this? That's only 20 land? I still get more land. Do I want to thin the deck with Evolving Wilds and... Waffles, I don't think so. I mean, what would I put in? Gideon. I would need to put in enough white land to make anything that I play in white worth it. And it would have to be single white only. To which I don't think there's anything I would want to do. Especially not once we get up to these higher costs. No Waffles, because the new Gideon's double white. Green-white renown guy. He costs 3. I mean, is it worth going heavier into a white color just to have a 3-drop creature? When at turn 3 I want to be playing ramp spells instead? I would rather just run him. You know, I'd rather run him than the green-white guy. He's better in every way for this deck. Oh, freaking Touch of Void, man! Extra removal. No, I think I'm better off just with the quicker stuff, honestly, still. I think I'm still better off with Impulse. Obviously, Ravaging Blaze makes a lot of sense. I don't really get Spell Mastery with this deck. Well, I do have a lot of spells. I probably would want a second Ignition, wouldn't I, to make sure that I get it? You know, this is a board wipe too. I think, for some reason, I feel like, oh, I just killed players with it. That's a board wipe too. Let's put both of them in there. I need something to do early, though. Because, like, if I don't get him, and he really just chump blocks once and dies anyway, do I want to get Evolutionary Leap? I mean, I know that's kind of a staple because you block with chumps. I need... Okay. Blister Pod's going in. You know what? This might not be bad. Yes, BDF, they finally did. This might not... It's so bad. I don't want to use a wall that gains life. That's like the two things I say never ever do. But I feel like this deck is going to get beat by aggro. He can block the 2 powers and then late game stall. Green Mittens. I know, right, BDF? Came out last Thursday. Do I even have enough to bother leaping? I don't think I have enough to leap with. I mean, I leap a Gate Creeper Vine, and I get a creature, but then I lose my spells, I lose my removal. I don't know if I actually want that in this deck. I mean, some builds, obviously, it would be mandatory. This card is so good. It ensures that I'm constantly getting creatures. I need more at the 3 spot, though. I feel really weak at 3. Because I'm not playing you turn 3. I need you late. I need you late, unless I really need the ramp. Obviously, your board wipe removal, your necessary ramp. The 4 is kind of a weird spot, because if I do get my ramp on 3 like I want, I skip right to 5. And I don't have anything at 5. I mean, obviously Ignition costs 5, but you're not playing this turn 5. I still need to add more land. That's 24. I feel like I would want 1 more. If not 2 more. Do I need that many red sources? That's a lot of red sources. But I guess I do want to make sure I have it all the same. Because I do want to make sure that I can cast Radiant Flames. That's enough, because honestly, yeah, I mean, I've got the Crag in here. Yeah. So that's definitely enough sources for color. Yeah, but Ignition on a 0-3? I don't have anything else in here with Lifelink or Death Touch. It's red and green. There was that other guy at 4. No, because he was just a 3-3. He gets bigger. I don't know. I guess, I mean, if I ramp from 3, go up to 5, but I skip 5, I mean, maybe I'd ramp again and then go right to 7. To which then I've got Plated Crusher and Gaia's Revenge. I'm still not sure on him. I think Devastator is just better. Desolation Twin, that's a lot at 10. I mean, would I be better off with 2 Devastators instead of 2 Twins because of the lower cost? If only this guy was 3. Wait, isn't there Bottle Gnomes? Freaking Bottle Gnomes is 3. He can chump and gain life. Although I feel like at that point I'd rather just play the damn wall. Yeah, if I had more blister pods, that's what I would put in. I could use it to sack the Eldrazi token. Oh, my phone. Is that a chess move? Yep. Time to make a chess move. Stream some mobile chess. I don't think I have enough to worry with Languish right now. I mean, I've got 5 little guys down here. Or not Languish, Evolutionary Leap. 5 little puny guys. Maybe a Visionary to draw cards. He gives me more stuff early. That's not a bad idea, honestly. Visionary draws me cards. Or do I just want more of the 1-drop burn? I don't know if Rolling Thunder works in this deck. Because the point of me using the burn is to get rid of stuff early. Late game I should be fine. So this really would just remove a couple smaller guys, or a couple medium-sized guys, I guess, but it's too hard to cast early. It's not going to get me anything early. Rolling Thunder might not actually work. It might just be a win more. Yeah, Waffles, I do want... You know what? Where's that dude at 5? You're at 5. I'll put one of you in there because you're at 5. I wonder if I should put in a Zendikar's Royal. It's a little late. You're at 5. So that's where my ramp from 3 up to 5 goes. Nissa's Renewal with the Hydra is really strong. Rock Maulers are sweet. Freaking Perilous Mirror always performs well. Perilous Mirror for killing creatures, or... Oh, Pilgrim's Eye. And that's at 3. It only gets basic land. It only goes into my hand. I feel like I want one more land in here too. I don't think this is very good. I really don't. I really don't like this. Get some chump blockers there. Let's take out Rolling Thunders and put in Fiery Impulse. Is there anything here that gets me land instead? I don't have any blister pods. No waffles I didn't, because they come at the 4 spot is the problem. And 4 is my ramp. Huh. Hellions 5. And he's still trample. I don't know. I feel like this is not very good. I really do. 2 Rolling Thunder versus 2 Fiery Impulse. That feels weak. Because if you don't get the Fiery Impulse early, it's kind of a waste. Although it helps get Spell Mastery for Pilgrimage, I guess. Yeah, that doesn't help either, Waffles. I mean, what am I really missing, though? Like, I'd put in another Wanderer. I mean, I'd put in more Blister Pods, sure. But then I don't know what else I would really change. Maybe not 2 Desolation Twins, maybe take 1 out and put in a second Devastator. BDF, I have no idea. My contact with Wizards stopped talking to me a long time ago. Well, I mean, I stopped sending her emails because there stopped being things that I needed to talk about. So whatever. She said she was going to send me a bunch of Wizard swag too, and I guess it just didn't happen and kind of fell out of communication. Because I really would love, you know, like a t-shirt or something, or a hat. And probably more t-shirt. I want a t-shirt. But... Let's take out 1 twin, put in the second Devastator. Waffles, somebody said that a long time ago when I was still a manager at GameStop. All the pre-order bonuses of the month were all t-shirts for various things. So he reserved like 6 games to get 6 t-shirts. He's like, I have so many shirts. Why don't any of these companies ever have pants? And I was like, yeah, that'd be sweet. How come people don't have pants? Like, I would totally use a pair of pants. And then my manager walked up. He was like, you know, you would think that makes sense. And it was funny because all 3 of us staying there are, you know, tall, skinny guys. He was like, but what would you put in? Like, you would need so many different kinds of pants. With a t-shirt, you just put in a freaking large t-shirt or an extra large t-shirt, and, you know, for little kids, it'll be pajamas. You know, for fat guys, it'll be fine. For other guys, it'll just be a bigger shirt that you wear over other stuff. And it's just like, you know, you can just put in a large shirt and it'll work for a majority of the population. Pants? How tall is it going to be? How is the waist going to be? What's the this? What's the that? It's like, it's impossible. And all the space that would take up, it's like, no. A pair of socks maybe, but not pants. And I was like, damn it, that's way too smart. Never going to get pants. Wonder now if this is too much at 4. 2, 3, 4. That might be too much at 4, because I want to play the ramp instead for sure. So maybe take out a chieftain. And put in another impulse. Alright, we're gonna go with this. What the hell are we gonna call it? I'll leave that up to you guys. Let's call this something, and then I guess we'll play and see how well this goes. Sure, waffles. Oh yeah, totally, white weenies. Something themed with red and green. I mean, I don't want to just call it ramp because that's lame, even though it's obviously what it is. No good blitz names. What's the, No, that's more like wind-based and it kills yourself, and that's kind of dumb. Burning bush? It's applicable. It's applicable. I don't hate burning bush. There aren't any fire. Taiga? Do I want to name decks after the dual land? Forest Fire? I love it. I love it. Except the fact that now this is guaranteed to never win, because only you, aka only, like, I'm pointing to my opponent, only you can prevent Forest Fire. So that means everybody I play will prevent this. Whatever, we'll see. We'll give this a shot. We'll save.